This week on What to Watch, Gerrad Leto's out for blood, Elle Fanning heads to court, and Oscar Isaac joins the MCU. Hey everyone, welcome to Entertainment Weekly's What to Watch. I'm your host, EW Senior Editor Gerrad Hall. Overwhelmed by too many shows and movies? We got your back. We are counting down our top picks for you this week. Up first, Gerrad Leto takes on the titular role of the living vampire in Morbius.
Michael Morbius.
Discover who you're meant to be. The bad guy.
The Oscar winner plays Dr. Michael Morbius. He's a scientist who's trying to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but in the process, he infects himself with a strain of vampirism. Oops. And it turns him into the superhuman creature of the night. Now, this film is part of Sony's lineup of movies that is based on Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. Tom Hardy's Venom was the first. This movie also stars Tyrese Gibson, Jared Harris, Matt Smith, and Michael Keaton reprising his role as Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. You can sink your teeth into this one in theaters Friday, April 1st. It's trivia time. When Gerrad Leto isn't busy, transforming into a Marvel vampire or brushing those long, flowy locks, you can also find him on stage as part of his band 30 Seconds to Mars. So, from what rare manuscript did Leto and his brother Shannon get the name for their band? Finn Argus, Shadow of the Colossus, or Argus Apocryphex? We will have that answer for you a little later in the show. Our soundbite of the week comes to us from the HBO series The Gilded Age, which just wrapped up its first season this week. Now, in our clip, Agnes, played by the always amazing Christine Baranski, and Ada, played by the equally wonderful Cynthia Nixon, have very different reactions to an invitation. Cue the snark, have a look.
If you consider yourselves to be my friends, you will attend Mrs. Russell's ball this evening.
Really?
Don't you dare sound cheerful.
I am curious about that house.
Really? You are glad to be ordered to march into hell and to dance with the devil?
I wonder sometimes if you don't slightly overstate your arguments.
True crime fans, this next pick is for you. Elle Fanning stars in The Girl from Plainville. This is an 8-episode Hulu limited series that is inspired by the shocking true story of Michelle Carter's unprecedented texting suicide case that ignited a media firestorm. You might remember that.
Those are messed up texts. I think she was telling him to do it.
The series is based on the Esquire article of the same name by Jesse Barron, and it explores Carter's relationship with Conrad Roy III and the events that led to his death and later her involuntary manslaughter conviction.
We should be like Romeo and Juliet.
I'd love to be your Juliet.
But you do know what happens in the end.
We spoke with the cast at South by Southwest about bringing this very serious topic to life.
I wouldn't say it was the lightest set. I think we love each other.
I think we all
were
knew
very
what a
supportive,
profound experience it was.
Right.
And the responsibility that we had to tell these people's story with care and sensitivity, and it was so rich.
A lot to unpack.
It was a heavy place to live for 5-6 months.
I got to know someone so much, and I feel like in a more intimate way than maybe the court of public opinion might.
I couldn't judge her, and I do sympathize with where she was at, and she was so incredibly alone, and, just when you're behind a screen, you feel kind of invincible, and it's like, what can lead you to say those hurtful things that you probably wouldn't say to someone face to face?
The first 3 episodes dropped Tuesday, March 29th on Hulu with a weekly rollout after that. All right, enough of our picks for a second. Let's hear from celebs, perhaps, maybe. In honor of their season finale this week, we asked the cast of Bel-Air when they gathered for a panel at the Savannah College of Art and Design TV Fest. Whatcha watchin'?
Literally the most obvious thing on the planet. I'm messing so heavy with Euphoria right now. It is a fantastic show. I think that cast is phenomenal. The cinematography is spectacular. But also, I just started watching Righteous Gemstones, and it's hilarious. It's on HBO Max as well, and it's very, very funny.
I'm loving Succession right now and Euphoria. Eat that up.
I've been trying to find things to watch, even though I've seen literally everything. And so right now I'm currently waiting on that new season of Stranger Things. so I rewatch it all the time. So I'm probably gonna do that before I watch the new season.
All right, are you ready for it? It is time for our top pick of the week. It's Marvel's new series, Moon Knight. Oscar Isaac stars as Stephen Grant, a mild-mannered gift shop employee who becomes plagued with blackouts and memories of another life. Kind of weird, right? Well, Stephen discovers he has dissociative identity disorder, and he shares a body with a mercenary named Mark Spector.
What are you? Are you like living inside of me?
It's a little more complicated than that.
They have to navigate their complex identities while thrust into a deadly mystery among the powerful gods of Egypt. Ethan Hawke also stars here, playing villain Arthur Harrow, who is a cult leader obsessed with power and the ability to open time portals.
There's chaos in you.
A lot of folks excited for this one. Be sure to check it out. The 6-episode limited series premieres Wednesday, March 30th on Disney+. All right, before we go, it is time for the answer to this week's trivia question, which was, from what rare manuscript did 30 Seconds to Mars get the name of their band? Finn Argus, Shadow of the Colossus, or Argus Apocryphex? The answer is, it's the weird one, Argus Apocryphex, which is a book that's so rare it's really kind of hard to find much info about it, but Leto has said it's basically a metaphor for the future. Sure, whatever you say. Okay, here we go. It's time for a quick recap of our What to Watch picks. Morbius is in theaters Friday, April 1st. The Girl from Plainville premieres Tuesday, March 29th on Hulu. And Moon Knight debuts Wednesday, March 30th on Disney+. Well, folks, that is our show for this week. Thank you, as always, for watching. Let me know what you think of our picks, and I would love to know what upcoming movies and TV shows you are excited about. So let us know all of those in the comments below. And while you're at it, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on those notifications so you don't miss an episode. You can also follow us on Twitter at EW and on Instagram at Entertainment Weekly. You can also catch our daily What to Watch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts, wherever really you listen to your favorite podcasts. And of course, get all of the latest info on your favorite shows and movies at EW.com. We will see you next week on What to Watch. I am, who am I? The living vampire. Just the living vampire in Morbius. What's that? Morbius.